And we are continuing to follow the breaking news out of the Donaldson area that Dave mentioned there, where the semi slammed into a home, killing at least one person. Cuthbert Langley is on the scene this morning. Cuthbert, any idea yet on how this happened?
Jennifer, not yet. Investigators have been out here since about 3:30 this morning, and they say this is going to be an hours-long investigation to find out exactly what happened. Take a look behind me. You can see that semi there as the sun rises, exactly the extent of that damage. You can see more than half of it is inside of that brick house right there. And as we pan over, you can kind of see how the investigation has started to begin. You can see several officers there in the front yard of the home, kind of looking at the marks there on the street. And then also, too, you can just see the investigators are trying to break out the lasers to try to get the exact measurements to really piece together what happened. This is what the scene looked like early this morning. Again, this happened around 3:30. Police say the truck was driving down McGavick Pike and just for some unknown reasons at this point went off of the road, slammed into this home, killing one person inside of that home. There were others there inside as well, but thankfully they were not injured, and also the driver was not injured as well. So one person was killed, but investigators say it is still way too early to tell exactly what happened this morning. They say the investigation will take much of the day, and they really are calling it a puzzle piece because not only are they having to piece together what happened with the accident, they also have to think about how to get this truck here out of this house. It's really going to be a puzzle piece because they're going to have to tow it out, and then also if anything collapses when they tow it out as well, that's something that they have to take into consideration as well. So no doubt it'll be a very careful morning as these officers and first responders work to figure out exactly what led to one person being killed when this semi hit this house early this morning. We'll be on the story throughout the day, both on air and online at newschannel5.com. But for now, reporting live in Donaldson this morning, I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Thank you, Cuthbert. Right now, investigators are looking into whether lightning may be to blame for a fire at an apartment complex in Inglewood earlier this morning. Firefighters say they saw smoke and flames shooting from two separate units when they pulled up to the complex on Pennington Avenue. They started around 1:45 this morning. We're told two people did have to be rescued. They were not hurt, but a neighbor told us their mother was taken to the hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation. In all, 12 units were evacuated, leaving 22 people without a place to stay. The Red Cross is helping those people this morning. The fire marshal should be back out later today trying to determine an official cause. Two men have been busted for allegedly trying to bring 2 pounds of crystal meth into Tennessee. These are the packages police say they were bringing to Nashville from Georgia. Metro Police stopped Michael Dill and Zachary Mendenhall Monday afternoon in two SUVs along I-24 near Bell Road. A box with Dill's name on it was found inside one of the SUVs, and inside that box, police say they found two Tupperware containers, each filled with a pound of meth. Metro Police have identified the man who they say shot and killed a friend of his over the weekend. 22-year-old Dominique Black was found shot to death in a car on Old Due West Avenue Sunday morning. Police are now looking for 23-year-old Kimari Lee. They say the two men were friends, but they believe Lee is the one who killed Black. If you know where he is, call Metro Police Crime Stoppers at 74-CRIME. Authorities in Dixon say they've put an end to a rash of burglaries. The Dixon County Sheriff's Office says Robert Bush spent much of last month breaking into cars in Burns and White Bluff. He allegedly took guns and electronics along with other items. He is in jail this morning being held on a $53,000 bond. And in Montgomery County, a man is accused of beating up a man and then taking his teeth. The Leaf Chronicle says a tip led Clarksville police to Robert Stanley Jr. They were holding him on a drug possession charge when he allegedly told them he had knocked out a man's teeth and he was carrying them in his pocket. The 28-year-old also now faces an aggravated assault charge. The search for a missing scuba diver from Tennessee is now entering its 5th day. Darren Gray of Spring Hill went diving near Birmingham Saturday and never returned. Search and rescue crews have been scouring a quarry near Birmingham ever since. They're using sonar, submarines, and divers in specially equipped suits. We're told Gray was a certified and very capable solo diver. The quarry covers about 27 acres and is around 140 feet deep in some areas. There is another virus causing major concerns this morning other than Ebola. It is the enterovirus. It is a respiratory virus that's already killed a 4-year-old boy. Tennessee is just one of 5 states in the continental U.S. that does not have a confirmed case. Tennessee Department of Health's Dr. Kelly Moore spoke on Open Line last night about the virus.
Enteroviruses are very common. We've been exposed to them our whole lives, and so we've developed some partial immunity to them. Now, this new strain that happens to be causing a big outbreak this year is one that young children are more susceptible to because it's new to them.
Dr. Moore stresses that the most severe cases of enterovirus affect kids who have asthma or breathing problems. Folks in the Glencliff community are taking a stand to make their neighborhoods safer. Several police agencies talked with folks at last night's Night Out Against Crime there. Organizers made it kid-friendly by offering cotton candy and balloons. They say they want families, but more importantly, younger kids to learn how to react in different situations.
They need to know what to do, and nobody teaches this, and we need to teach our children how to be safe in a fire, what to do in the event of an accident.
Mount Juliet, Smyrna, and Lebanon also had their own Nights Out Against Crime.